at one time earlier this year did approve the seated with the ambulance.
That's my recollection. But the council did not. I didn't give them an opportunity to. I thought you just reviewed the seated plan with them, so. And at the time I reviewed it with them, they wanted more money put in for the county highway, and so I did that, so. And I was responsive to them, but no, I guess apparently they did not vote, right? There was no vote taken to approve the seated plan.
Right.
Okay, so, and we're going to be discussing that because we'll change that. We'll change that, and we have some real live direction now. But I guess I just need to hear from you guys. What do you want to do about this ambulance? We can always go back to the original agreement.
Well, I guess my thought is we've already approved it through the seated. Do we need another vote?
What's in the seated is Project 5.
Right.
With a combination, our seated distribution and funds in place at the Whitley County Community Foundation. Now let's don't get those mixed up. The funds in the Whitley County Community Foundation is not seated.
Right.
The funds in the Whitley County Community Foundation come from the interest earned off the millions of dollars that has been invested. And way back when the Commissioners Council approved sale of the hospital, they demanded upon Parkview that that money go to the community foundation. I think it was, I don't know what, $1.5 million, something like that. And we not only have bought trucks, we have bought hydraulic lifts for stretchers, or call them what you want. We've bought defibrillators.
Cardiac monitors.
Yeah, there's been other things, but that has come off the interest earned of that money. Seated is the county economic development income tax. And some people question, how do you get hot EMS trucks and economic development? Well, you could relate to that, I guess, as to you could. If you don't want to go out there with 1910 truck and pick somebody up, at least a commissioner, you want the best trucks available. So anyway, so it's two, but I take it those funds, and if you got a bid of 139, 150 is well over. Does that equip it also?
That equips an ambulance like we would purchase any other year.
Yeah, okay.
And then the portable equipment would obviously be transferred.
Okay. So I just didn't want that mixed up on it. It was same, but
So is it generally agreed then that the seated plan passed through the commissioners, so therefore it should go on to council then?
did the council approve our CETA plan?
No. As far as taking a vote, no, they did not. I met with them, we discussed the plan. I don't remember any mention of an ambulance in the plan. I could be, don't remember it, but they did say, because we haven't used, we were not up to the 75% like we're supposed to be. They said, could you put more money in the county highway? I said, sure we could. And I think we put $133,000 in county highway to get up to 75%. That's all I recall out of meeting with the council. So, again, I take full blame. Had I known I was supposed to have gotten an approval vote from them, I would have stayed and got it or not gotten it, one of the two. I didn't realize that, so.
Well, I suppose they ought to know where we're coming from. But if they haven't approved our CETA plan, and I admit to you, we have spent funds out of there. which they should be aware of. And if they were given a seated plan and did nothing more than put it there, I don't think should be called in on the carpet Tuesday like we are.
They all got copy. Every member of the council got a copy of the plan. I take full blame for not getting a vote, but with a question mark, why didn't they say something? Why didn't somebody say we need to vote on the plan?
Well, they have people set on there that have more experience on that console than all three of us put together in commission.
Yeah.
They should have asked for a vote on it.
I guess I think so too, but nonetheless, I didn't ask for a vote, so.
Well, to fairness, Chairman, that's not yours. The chairman of the council should have asked for a vote
Okay.
on that and approval.
And that was the discussion at the meeting was, yes, you make the plan, but still every time something wants to actually be spent out of that appropriation, a claim needs to come. My only thing to the council on that day was, I didn't really understand that because that means I'm gonna be holding these for at least a month plus depending on when it falls. And that's not the way we've done it the last year. If 25 went to, and we did a claim up for Jackie Hake, we just paid Jackie Hake.
I know.
I mean, I didn't take that claim to the council to be approved.
You know, EDC and all the rest of them, they just submit a claim and we pay the claim. We pay it out of CDIC funds. So, but we can't do that anymore. Can't do that. All claims are gonna have to go in front of the council. And
Just seated claim.
CDIC claim.
Clean a seated claim.
All CDIC claims are gonna have to go in front of the council. And that's really clear in the information that I've received. So I'm not, yeah.
Well, it should. They are in charge of appropriating and spending county money. I would think they should be aware of what claims are being paid and how much.
And that's, I treated the seeded money appropriations that are in my worksheets just like your county commissioner's budget. If they told you at the beginning of the year you could spend $10,000 to pay his wages, I don't go to them every 2 weeks
No,
and say,
I know. That thought came up in my mind too. Had they voted and approved the seeded plan, to me, that's an appropriation.
right. and
Every
that's-
bill doesn't have to go through them.
But it's not according to Indiana code.
Yeah. And yet, they approve our budget, and who checks the claims? We do. They don't. So it's very confusing to me, so.
To do this differently, my thought is, unless they have a problem, that's what I've put for appropriations for the year. I expect you to spend that much money. I have that appropriated out of 433 to spend that much money. The issue, I think, is, if I remember right, the day you brought that, there was discussion on you spending the ambulance money. If you want to look back in the,
Could
maybe
be.
Otto
I
was
don't.
here that day, and
Okay.
that's it. There was a issue with that appropriation.
Okay, and the only thing I came away from that meeting with was they wanted more in
Just
the
expect
county
the whole
highway.
75%.
Sure, okay.
And no, I didn't look at the meeting either.
All right, so,
I'm going to hand out later, at our February 21st meeting, Commissioner Amber presented a CETA plan with 75% expenditure of funds, pass 3 to 0. Now there have been changes to it, which we often do. But at that time, and the item we are talking about is in the CETA plan. So I do not think we have to approve it again. We have in record, in our minutes, that we passed it 3-0. I would think, and of course we'll be there, all three of us, Tuesday, but we present that as is and say, here, we would like to have a vote from the council on is this approved or not.
On the plan?
On the plan.
On the plan, yeah, so we
Everything in
didn't
the
have-
plan,
Okay,
the total plan.
okay.
We have to be concerned, three things. We pass it, council passes, and it expends 75% of the allocated funds from the state and also our carryover balance, what we encumbered. So with that, we've approved it. You as chairman may present it again and see where their hangup is. And I think there are legitimate questions why, well, we'll discuss that. I'm not gonna get that out public. But there are legitimate questions why we're questioned on some expenditures they don't care and others they're holding our feet to the fire on. So that's all I'm saying on it.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Dwayne, if you can hit, yes.
Mr. Chairman, do you want me in attendance, assuming next Tuesday too, or?
I don't think so, let me explain why, okay? That,
Or isn't it next?
we are talking the 24th, okay? If they approve the appropriation, then you probably need to come to their meeting, you will need to come. Am I right, guys, or am I wrong? Then he needs to come on
6 and 7.
August the 7th to the council.
Because August 6th, we will have to make a favorable recommendation to council that the second truck is being purchased or whatever we decide.
But I think, is it not fair to tell Dwayne that that may get cut out of the seated plan when we meet with them on the 24th? If they so, it might get,
Chairman will be in contact with you.
yep.
Okay, so you're presenting it to the, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. They have asked us to meet with them on the 24th. It's budget time,
Right.
not just with us. They have a full days.
Sure.
All departments heads met with them last week on the 10th. Following those meetings, they had further questions and they sent out department by department questions they have, they want us to come back. Now, they asked for the commissioners to come, not just the chairman, so they've asked, and that is EMS funding is one of the issues, or ambulance funding, I think, is one of the issues they want to talk about.
That's on the 24th.
That's on the 24th.
What occurs on the 6th or 7th?
Their monthly meeting.
Commissioners meeting is
The
on.
commissioners meeting's on the 6th, and the council meeting's on the 7th. So if they approve the seated plan on the 24th, then, and what we're hearing is they not only want to approve the plan, they want to approve the appropriations. So if they approve the plan on the 24th, then yes, you'll need to come before them on the 7th and present this for an appropriation. And if they don't approve the seated plan with that, with project number 5 in mind on the 24th, the whole thing's pretty moot, I would say.
But if they approve the plan on the 24th, the 7th is a formality.
Yep.
Yeah,
Don't you love government?
So I don't talk to a manufacturer till after the 7th.
Well, I think it's fair to tell them what's going on.
Yeah,
You need
well,
to know.
I got it.
And I can confirm if that's absolutely necessary, so, yep. Yep, so,
And you'll be in contact on the 24th or 5th.
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you for your
Thanks, Dwayne.
patience.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.